Hello kids, how are you? Today we are going to start with unit number 2, our needs. Chapter number 5, food and its preservation. Now let's revise. Talk about these food items and the nutrients present in them. You can see the food items and discuss the nutrients present in them. Now let's begin. We need food to live and grow. Food gives us energy to do work. It also keeps us healthy and strong. The essential elements present in food are called nutrients. Different kinds of nutrients are as follows. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates gives us energy to do work or play. People who do physical work need a lot of carbohydrates. Some sources of carbohydrates are potatoes, fruits, milk, rice, wheat, etc. Here you can see different sources of carbohydrates. Next is fats. Fats gives us energy that gets stored. When our body does not get enough food, it uses stored energy. Some sources of fats are ghee, butter, meat, cheese and cooking oil. Here you can see different products of fats. Now next is fascinating fact. Excess of fats should be avoided as they can make us obese. Next is proteins. Proteins helps us to grow by making new cells in our body. Children needs a lot of proteins in order to grow well. Some sources of proteins are pulses, soya bean, milk, fish and nuts. You can see different products of proteins. Next we have vitamins. Vitamins protect our body from disease and keeps it strong and healthy. Vitamins are needed in very small quantities. Here are different sources. Now we have fascinating fact again. Carbohydrates and fats are called energy giving food. Now it's time to find out what are protective food. Some vitamins required by our body are vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, D, E and K. Vitamin A helps in keeping our eyes healthy. We can get it from carrots, green leafy vegetables and fish. Vitamin C helps in keeping our immune system healthy. We can get it from oranges, lemons, etc. Next is fascinating fact. Vitamin D is important to keep our bones and teeth strong and healthy. We can get vitamin D from milk, fish and eggs. We can also get it when our skin is exposed to sunlight. It is also called the sunshine vitamin. So students, you can understand all the vitamins are important for us. Next is minerals. Our body needs minerals for its proper functioning. Minerals also help to keep our bones and teeth strong. Some important minerals required by our body are potassium, iron, calcium, sodium, magnesium and phosphorus. Some sources of minerals and vitamins are milk, bananas, green leafy vegetables, fruits and nuts. In addition to these nutrients, our body also needs water and fiber. We should drink 8 to 10 glasses of water in a day. We can get fiber from fruits and vegetables. Fiber helps in proper digestion of our food. So students, do you drink enough water in a day? Yes, good. Next is balanced diet. We should eat food which contains all the essential nutrients required by our body. The diet which contains all the essential nutrients in proper quantity is called a balanced diet. We need plenty of proteins, carbohydrates, fruits and vegetables in our diet. Milk products, eggs, nuts, meat, etc. should be taken in right amount. Fats and sugars should be consumed in very less quantity. Some foods have very little or no nutrients present in them. Such foods are called junk food. Now it's time to find out again. We should avoid too much of junk food. Why? Let's do the activity. Prepare a chart showing different nutrients, sources of nutrients and importance of nutrients. Now let's understand deficiency disease. Sometimes the food we eat does not contain all the nutrients in the right amount. This leads to disease. The disease caused due to lack of a particular nutrient in our body is called deficiency disease. Let us learn about some of them. First is vitamin A deficiency. Deficiency of vitamin A causes night blindness. Some symptoms of night blindness are dry skin and dry eyes, difficulty in seeing in dark or dim light. Next is vitamin B deficiency. Deficiency of vitamin B causes disease called beriberi. Its symptoms are swollen joints, headache, extreme weakness. You can see the photo of beriberi. Next is vitamin C deficiency. Deficiency of vitamin C causes a disease called scurvy. Some of its symptoms are swollen and bleeding gums, loss in weight. Next is vitamin D deficiency. Deficiency of vitamin D causes rickets. Its symptoms are bow legs, bending of the spine, pain in the bones, pigeon type chest. You can see the photo of bow legs. Next is iron deficiency. Deficiency of iron causes anemia. Symptoms of iron deficiency are pale and tired look, weakness, loss in weight. You can see an anemic hands. Next is iodine deficiency. Deficiency of iodine causes goiter. It causes swelling in the neck gland. Next is calcium deficiency. Deficiency of calcium causes weak bones and teeth. You can see goiter and weak teeth. Next is spoilage of food. When food is not stored properly, it gets spoiled. Food is also spoiled if it is left in open with moisture or put in dirty utensils. Tiny organisms called microorganisms like bacteria and fungi grow on food and spoil it. When food gets spoiled, its color, smell and taste changes. We should never eat spoiled food as it can make us sick. Eating spoiled food can cause vomiting, loose motion, food poisoning and stomachache. Some foods like fruits, meat and dairy products spoil very quickly. They are called perishable foods. Some foods like cereals or pulses do not spoil too quickly. They are called non-perishable foods. Cooked food also gets spoiled if not stored properly. Food gets spoiled faster in summers. This is due to the fact that microorganisms grow faster in hot and humid conditions. Next is preservation of food. We need to save our food from spoilage. This preventing of spoilage of food is called food preservation. Some ways in which food can be preserved are as follows. First is drying. Some foods like vegetables, fruits, spices, grains and papads are dried under the sun to remove moisture from them. This prevents the growth of bacteria and food lasts for a longer time. Next is salting. Food can be kept for a longer time by adding salt to it. Salt takes up the moisture from the food and prevents their spoilage. Pickles and meats are preserved by salting method. Next is sugar. Fruits can be made to last longer by boiling them in sugar and water. Jams and jellies of fruits are preserved by this method. Pickling. Pickling is a method of adding salt, oils and vinegar to fruit and vegetables to preserve them. Next is refrigeration. It is the most common method of food preservation. Chopped food, fruits, vegetables, milk and milk products are kept in refrigerators to delay their spoiling. Low temperature in a refrigerator prevents the growth of microorganisms. Now let's do the preservatives. Some chemicals called preservatives are added to foods like jams, sauces and juices to make them last longer. Vacuum packing. Some foods like chips, namkeen and nuts are stored in airtight containers. Air is removed from the containers by applying vacuum. Next is pasteurization. Pasteurization was invented by Louis Pasteur. In this method, milk is heated to a very high temperature and cooled quickly. It kills all the germs present in it and prevents its spoiling. Canning. Canning is the storage of food in airtight tin jars or bottles with sealed lids. Fruits, vegetables, pickles and soups are preserved by this method. Wastage of food. All of us need food to live. We eat 3 meals in a day. There are millions of people in this world who do not get even a single meal in a day. Every year, thousands of people die due to hunger and starvation. We should never waste water. We should take only as much food as we can eat. All leftover food can be donated to some needy person. Never waste food. Thank you kids. Bye-bye. We will meet again.